Have you ever stood up a little too fast only to feel the room spin for a second? Or found yourself stumbling slightly on a rug that never used to bother you? Maybe you've caught yourself grabbing the back of a chair or the edge of the countertop just to feel steady. If that sounds familiar, you are not alone. And let me be clear, there's nothing wrong with you. But these little moments, they're your body's way of whispering that it's time to pay attention. Now here's the thing. Most people over 60 don't fall because they're clumsy or careless. They fall because of small, sneaky mistakes they didn't even realize they were making. And unfortunately, even one fall can change everything, from how you move to how confident you feel leaving the house. That's why this conversation matters so much. In today's video, we're talking about 4 of the most common and dangerous balance mistakes that people over 60 make. And more importantly, I'll show you exactly how to avoid them so you can stay steady on your feet, move with confidence, and protect your independence for years to come. Let's start with the first mistake, and it's one I see so often: ignoring the small signals your body is sending. You know the ones, those brief moments of unsteadiness, the occasional trip on a curb, or that feeling that your legs just aren't as strong as they used to be. It's easy to brush these off. Maybe you tell yourself it's just because you were tired that day, or that your shoes weren't quite right. But those are the early signs that your balance system is asking for attention. Think of it like the check engine light in a car. When it first pops on, the car still runs fine. But if you ignore it for too long, that's when real problems start. Your body works the same way, so the next time you feel a wobble or find yourself leaning on furniture a little more than usual, take it as a helpful nudge. Don't panic, but don't dismiss it either. One simple thing you can start doing right away is checking your balance daily. Stand near a counter or sturdy chair and lift one foot just a few inches off the floor. See how long you can hold it without wobbling. Switch feet. Do it every morning. It takes less than a minute, but it keeps you aware of any changes before they become dangerous. Now let's talk about the second mistake, and this one surprises a lot of people: moving too quickly through everyday routines. It's funny, isn't it? We spend our younger years rushing around and trying to slow life down. But once we reach 60 or 70, it's often the rushing itself that becomes a risk. Picture this. You're sitting down and the phone rings in the other room. You spring up to grab it, but your blood pressure hasn't caught up yet, and suddenly the floor feels like it tilts. That sudden drop in blood pressure is called orthostatic hypotension, and it's incredibly common as we age. Your body needs a little more time now to adjust when you change positions, whether it's going from sitting to standing or lying down to getting up. But most people don't give it that time. Instead, we push through because we don't want to feel old or slow. I get it, but giving yourself just 5 to 10 extra seconds when you stand up can make a huge difference. Next time you're getting out of bed in the morning, pause for a moment, sit on the edge, wiggle your feet, take a few deep breaths, let your circulation catch up. Same goes for getting up from a chair. Plant your feet firmly, use the armrests, stand slowly. It's not weakness, it's wisdom. And it's one of the easiest ways to prevent a fall before it even has a chance. And here's something else worth saying. Slowing down doesn't mean you're giving up your independence. In fact, it's the opposite. It means you're protecting it. Being mindful of your movements keeps you strong, alert, and upright. That's a trade worth making, don't you think? Let's move on to a third mistake that often gets overlooked, and it has to do with the space around you. I'm talking about clutter. Yep, the everyday items in your home that can turn into serious hazards if you're not careful. Now, I know we all have that one chair that holds our clothes, or that rug that's been in the living room for 20 years and never gave us trouble before. But here's the truth. Your environment matters more than ever right now. Something as small as an electrical cord across the floor or a magazine left by the recliner can throw you off balance before you even realize what's happening. It's not about being messy or tidy, it's about being safe. So take a fresh look at your home. Walk through each room and notice where you might be stepping over things, sidestepping rugs, or turning awkwardly around furniture. Ask yourself, if I had to walk this in the dark or in a hurry, would I feel safe? You don't need a total home makeover, just small changes. Move that rug or use non-slip grips underneath it. Tuck cords behind furniture. Keep pathways wide and clear. Make sure your bedroom and bathroom have nightlights, especially if you get up during the night. These aren't just safety tips, they're freedom strategies. The safer your home is, the more confidently you can move around in it. It's also worth talking to a loved one or a friend about helping you do a quick safety check. Sometimes a second set of eyes can spot things you've gotten used to. There's no shame in that. Only strength in taking action before a fall forces your hand. Now that we've looked at these early balance warning signs, the habit of rushing, and how your home environment plays a huge role in your safety, we're already laying the foundation for lasting stability. And the beautiful thing is, these changes don't require fancy equipment, gym memberships, or a dramatic lifestyle overhaul. Just awareness, just attention, just a few intentional choices every day. So, now that you're paying more attention to the little signals your body gives you, taking your time instead of rushing through movements, and making your home safer to navigate, let's dig into something a lot of people don't talk about enough, but it's quietly at the root of many balance issues: weak ankles and feet. Yes, your feet. They're the foundation of every step you take, but as we age, we often forget about them. We focus on knees, hips, maybe the back, but the muscles, joints, and tendons in your feet and ankles, they play a huge role in your stability. And here's the thing. When those small muscles weaken, your body starts to compensate. Your stride changes. You lift your feet less. Your balance shifts. Before you know it, a slight, uneven surface or a tiny crack in the sidewalk becomes a serious fall hazard. The problem is, most people don't even realize their feet have gotten weaker until something goes wrong. Maybe you've noticed your shoes feel looser, or you have trouble standing barefoot on hard floors without feeling a bit wobbly. That's your feet asking for attention. The good news? You can strengthen them again. It's not too late, not even close. Start by simply standing barefoot on a flat surface and rising slowly onto your toes, then lowering back down. Try it near a counter or chair for support. Do this a few times every day. Another simple exercise? Picking up small objects like a washcloth or a sock with your toes. Even stretching your feet can help. Take a tennis ball or a small water bottle and roll it under your foot, especially in the morning. It loosens up the fascia and helps with foot alignment, which supports your whole posture. You'd be amazed how much stronger and safer you can feel just by giving your feet a little attention every day. After all, every step starts there. But improving strength isn't only about your feet. That brings us to another subtle but dangerous mistake people make, thinking they're too old for balance exercises. I've heard it more times than I can count. Oh, that's for younger people, or my balance isn't that bad yet, or even, if I fall, it's part of aging. But here's the truth, balance is trainable at any age. It's not about doing flips or walking tightropes. It's about retraining your body to respond quickly, to adjust when you're off center, and to trust your own strength. And you don't need to join a fancy gym to do it. One of the best ways to build balance is to challenge it just a little every day, safely of course. For example, brushing your teeth while standing on one leg with a counter nearby just in case, or standing with your feet closer together than usual while watching TV. These small changes force your body to engage the core muscles and stabilizers that keep you upright. Tai Chi is another gentle, effective option. It's slow, it's mindful, and studies have shown it significantly improves balance and reduces fall risk in older adults. And the beauty of it is, it's as much mental as it is physical. It builds confidence, something that's just as important as muscle strength when it comes to preventing falls. Now, I understand that if you've already had a fall or a near miss, it can feel scary to challenge your balance. That fear is real. It makes sense. But giving into that fear and avoiding movement only ease things worse. The less you move, the more your body forgets how. And the more your confidence slips, the less you trust yourself to move freely. That's why the key is safe movement. Controlled, supported, purposeful movement. It's not about pushing yourself to the limit. It's about showing your body and your brain that you are capable, that you can still move with strength and grace, even if it looks different than it used to. And don't underestimate the power of posture. Standing tall, pulling your shoulders back, lifting your head, these simple adjustments instantly shift your center of gravity and engage your core. You'll feel more grounded, more secure. People will even notice a change in how you carry yourself. You start to look like someone who feels steady, and you become someone who is steady. So we've looked at some key ways to build physical balance: feet, ankles, posture, movement. But let's not forget one more layer that's just as important: the mental side of all this. Because balance isn't just about your muscles or your bones, it's also about your mindset. Have you ever caught yourself thinking, I'm not as steady as I used to be, so I'd better stay put? Or maybe, what if I fall again? These thoughts are natural, especially after a scare, but they can quietly shape how you move through the world. You start saying no to walks, you avoid stairs, you turn down social events just because there's a chance you might trip. Before long, fear has more control over your life than any health condition. And that's something we have to change. Because fear doesn't protect you. Confidence does. Confidence built on awareness, smart choices, and daily habits that reinforce your strength. Every time you stretch, every time you practice standing tall, Every time you take that extra second before rising from a chair, you are building that confidence, step by step. There's no magic cure for balance, no pill that solves it overnight. But there is a path, and you're already walking it, just by being here, listening, learning, and taking your first steps toward a steadier, safer, more confident you. By now, you've already started to see that preventing falls isn't just about reacting to danger. It's about staying one step ahead of it. It's about making thoughtful choices in how you move, how you care for your body, and how you design your environment. But there's still one more balance mistake that many people overlook, and this one happens slowly, quietly, over time. It's the mistake of not staying hydrated. Now, I know that might seem surprising. What does water have to do with balance, right? But the truth is, dehydration is one of the most underestimated threats to your stability, especially after 60. As we age, our sense of thirst isn't as sharp as it used to be. That means you might not feel thirsty, even when your body is already running low on fluids. And when you're dehydrated, everything suffers. Your muscles cramp more easily, your blood pressure can drop suddenly when you stand, and your brain doesn't process spatial awareness as clearly. That's a dangerous combination for anyone, but especially if you're already navigating balance challenges. If you've ever stood up and felt lightheaded or dizzy, there's a good chance dehydration played a role. The fix, fortunately, is simple, just not always easy. It means being intentional about drinking water throughout the day, not just when you feel thirsty. Keep a water bottle nearby. Add slices of lemon or cucumber if plain water doesn't appeal to you. You can even set gentle reminders on your phone or leave a note by the sink. It's not about chugging gallons, it's about sipping consistently. Soups, herbal teas, and water-rich fruits like melon or oranges also count. You don't have to overhaul your habits. Just be a little more aware, because when your body is hydrated, your muscles perform better, your reflexes stay sharper, and your chances of getting dizzy or fatigued are significantly reduced. And here's another small but important tip. Limit how much caffeine and alcohol you have, especially later in the day. They can both dehydrate you without you even noticing. A cup of coffee or a glass of wine can still be part of your routine, of course, but balancing it out with more water helps keep your system stable and your balance strong. So let's pause for a moment and take all of this in. You've learned that your body gives you signs when your balance is starting to shift, and that listening to those signs can keep you safe and independent. You've realized that slowing down isn't a weakness, it's a strategy. That your home can either trip you up or support you depending on the choices you make. That your feet, those wonderful hardworking feet, need a little more love and attention than they used to. That your confidence is just as powerful as any physical exercise. And that something as simple as drinking more water can make a real difference in how steady and strong you feel. Now, maybe as you've been listening, you've started thinking about someone you know, maybe a friend, a spouse, a sibling, who could use this kind of information too. Maybe someone who's had a fall recently, or who's afraid of going out alone, or who thinks this is just how aging works. If so, I hope you'll share this with them, because the truth is, most falls can be prevented. Most people can improve their balance, and most of us just need a little guidance and encouragement to get started. And that brings me to the heart of it all. You're not powerless in this. You are not fragile. You are not broken, and you are certainly not too old to make changes that matter. You are capable. Your body is still listening to you, and it wants to support you. It just needs you to support it back. Start small, one habit at a time. Maybe today it's clearing a path through the living room. Tomorrow it's doing toe raises at the sink. Next week, it's drinking an extra glass of water every afternoon. These little changes build on each other, and over time, they become your armor, your protection against slips, stumbles, and setbacks. And perhaps more importantly, they help you move through life with more freedom, more confidence, and more joy. Because that's really what this is all about, isn't it? Not just avoiding falls, but continuing to live your life fully and freely. Whether that means dancing in the kitchen with your grandkids, taking a walk in the park, gardening without worrying you'll lose your balance, or simply standing at the stove and making your favorite meal without needing a chair nearby. It all comes down to feeling steady, strong, and sure of yourself. So don't wait for a fall to wake you up. Take control now. Trust yourself, support your body, and know that every step you take, literally and figuratively, is a step toward a safer, stronger future. If you found this helpful, I'd love for you to leave a comment below. Tell me, what's one thing you're going to start doing today to improve your balance? Or maybe share a tip that's worked for you. Your experience could really help someone else who's watching. And of course, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We're building a community here, a place where aging doesn't mean fading, but growing stronger, wiser, and more empowered every day. Here's to living why. Our best life on your feet with confidence at any age. Stay strong, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video.